Okay, so I was very excited to find the Once Upon a Time tag. I had no idea there was a Once Upon a Time tag. Probably because I just recently started watching the show. And, so I found it on. This is following. I'm not really tagged by anybody other than, in general, everyone. I tag everyone type of thing, but I'm following Lady Midnight Sarah. And, so I was really excited to hear her answers because we are so similar in some of these. So I got my handy dandy notebook here and I am going to just go with it now. Okay, so Once Upon a Time tag. How did you discover the show? I saw it advertised on ABC before it was going to premiere. I kept saying the previews for it, so I was intrigued and I wanted to watch it. Who is your favorite character? My favorite character is Rumpelstiltskin. From the beginning, I was just like, wow, that guy is awesome. And I like both, I like Rumpelstiltskin and I like Mr. Gold. And there's just so much about him. It's just, the actor is amazing. I love his accent, of course. I love how he calls everyone dearie. Even the guys, I love that. It's just funny to me. And I can see, this might sound weird, but I can see why Belle finds him attractive. There's something quite attractive about him. I don't know what it is, but I just really like him a lot. And he can bring you to tears. He really can. I was literally crying in many episodes that had to do with him. So, yeah, and I would say like a secondary favorite character is Hook, because he's just, well, he's Hook. Need I say more? I mean, he's, wow. Anyway, what was your favorite fairy tale growing up? My favorite fairy tale was Cinderella, and it still is. Because I can identify the most with her. And it was also a book that I had when I was a kid that I loved. And it was like one of the very first movies I saw in a big movie theater. And, yeah, I can really relate to her. Which character are you most like, or which one would you like to be? This is a hard one. It's very difficult because, let's see. I really don't know how to answer this question. I guess I would have to say that I most like Belle because I try really hard to see the good in people, no matter what, and I can like see past all the bad stuff and look into somebody and see the good. And I don't know who I would want to be like because I just don't know. I guess I would kind of want to be like Regina because she's very confident, even though she's got other issues. I just really like her confidence, and I like all her powers. I think they're awesome. Who is your least favorite character? To be honest, I think Emma is probably one of my least favorite characters. I know I'll probably get a lot of backlash for this, but I go back and forth between liking Snow White and Prince Charming and not liking them, because sometimes I really like them. Like, I like them in the Enchanted Forest. I love their whole story of how they met. But they're really starting to get annoying. I don't know. They kind of annoy me, especially Snow White. She's starting to get really on my nerves. And, yeah. So, let's see. Disney versus Grimm. This is kind of like my personality because I like cute, happy things, but I also like dark, scary, spooky, weird things. So I have to say a little bit of both. That's why I really like Tim Burton films, even though this has absolutely nothing to do with this question. Because you got a little bit of Disney, but you got a little bit of, you know, creepy gothy stuff going on there. So, I haven't read a lot of Grimm's fairy tales, but I have done some research on the real stories behind some of the fairy tales, and they're pretty cool. So, I like both. Who is your favorite couple in the show? Mr. Gold and Belle, or Rumpelstiltskin and Belle. They are my favorite couple in the show. They're absolutely adorable, and I can't even begin to describe how cute they are and how it makes me feel when I see them. I just bubble up inside and smile. And before the stuff happened, well, it's really hard to say things without giving it away, but I was really liking Regina. I really like Regina, and okay, I really like Regina and Robin, because I really want Regina to be happy, and I just thought that was kind of like, wow, you know, really cute and stuff, because Robin Hood's hot. And so, initial thoughts on the show, and did it change after a couple of episodes? Well, here's the funny thing. When I first watched the show, I did watch it when it premiered, but I didn't get a feel for it. I was like, this is kind of stupid, because I'm not a huge Snow White fan. And I was like, not sure about this. And the big thing was, I'm not a Jennifer Morrison fan. I did not like her on House. I was not crazy about her character on House, Cameron. And so I was kind of carrying over my dislike for that character onto this show, I admit. So I was kind of not that excited about it. So I watched the one episode and I was like, nah. And I don't know what was wrong with me that night, why I wasn't into it. Because recently, a friend of mine started watching it, and I watched a video where someone was talking about the shows they watched, and she mentioned Once Upon a Time, and I saw commercials about having Alice in Wonderland, and I was like, oh, okay, I need to watch the show again, because I love Alice in Wonderland. So I went back, and I found it on Netflix, and I waited a few weeks, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it again. So I started over at the beginning, and I got hooked. I was like, why did I not like this show before? I put aside my dislike for the Jennifer Morrison Cameron thing, and I'm warming up to her once in a while. I would say Hook actually makes her tolerable. And yeah, so that's my feelings on that. So now I'm completely addicted. Sorry, I'm just answering these questions, and I'm like going on tangents. What is your favorite land to watch? Whew, this is a hard one too, because I like all of it. I love how they flip back and forth between the Enchanted Forest and Storybrook. I just love the Enchanted Forest. I just love it. And I'm really excited. We haven't seen enough of Wonderland yet, and the second half of the season is supposed to be Wonderland. So I'm really, really excited about that, because I love Alice in Wonderland. So that will probably be my favorite land when we get there. Who is your favorite villain? Again, Rumpelstiltskin. But I also do love Regina. I think she's awesome. And I just really like her a lot. She's so misunderstood, and she has so much pain in her, and she's trying so hard, and I just love her. She's just awesome. What would you do if you became the Dark One? Well, like Sarah said, I wouldn't want to become the Dark One, but if I didn't have a choice and I became the Dark One for some reason, then I guess it wouldn't really be like that, because you have to stab them, but still, that's neither here nor there right now. My point is, if I had to become the Dark One, then I would probably do kind of what Rumpelstiltskin did, but be a little less evil. I would actually probably work more toward redeeming myself all the time, and use my quote-unquote bad powers for good reasons, even if they seemed bad, to try to work toward being a better person and try to help people. Would you rather live in Storybrook or the Enchanted Forest? This is another one that I have to say both, because I love Storybrook because I have this thing for little towns, especially on different shows. Like, when there's a town in a show and they concentrate on that little town, I'm like fascinated by those small towns, and I just love them. I'd like to live someplace like that. And I really want to go to Granny's. They look like they have an awesome atmosphere and great food, and that just sounds fun. I'd like to sit down and have a cup of coffee with Grumpy or something. But again, I would love to live in the Enchanted Forest because I love medieval times and medieval things, and I think that that would just be fantastic to just be in that realm and to be with all the exciting magical things happening around. And then last question is, if you could cosplay as any of the characters, who would you cosplay as? There are so many choices, but my choice is Regina because she has an amazing wardrobe. It is my style. And I'm not talking about her wardrobe in Storybrook, although she is a pretty snazzy dresser there. I'm talking about her Enchanted Forest wardrobe. Her Evil Queen getup is just amazing. I love all her outfits. She wears them well. Her makeup's awesome. Her jewelry's awesome. I love her. I love her. I want to cosplay as her. That would just be the funnest thing ever. So anyway, those are all the questions. And I will try to post them below. And I tag anybody who wants to do this. And I'm just really enjoyed the new episode. I love the whole Frozen thing that's going on, and I think they are doing a really good job of it. So I'm going to plug the show and say, give it a go. If it seems boring in the beginning, stick with it because you will get addicted. So yeah, once upon a time, later.